Welcome back to Indiana News Desk. More than 7 million veterans are living with post-traumatic stress disorder. For years, some of them have been using a special oxygen treatment to help manage their symptoms. The problem is it's not widely available. Now, the U.S. Department of Veterans Affairs plans to make hyperbaric oxygen therapy available to veterans suffering from PTSD that's resistant to other treatments. But as Barbara Brozier reports, access to the therapy will still be limited.
Jason Emery finds solace when he's strumming his guitar.
Music was one of the ways I got to get that stuff out in a healthy way. We live our days, we change our ways to fit in with everyone.
The veteran turned to music as a way to cope after returning from serving in Iraq.
A lot of my buddies, they'll say that no one ever really comes back home from over there.
Emery didn't know it at first, but he suffered from a traumatic brain injury and post-traumatic stress disorder. It made his transition back to civilian life especially brutal.
I just wanted him to be back. I wanted him to be Jason again. And he would say, just a little more time, just a little more time, and it just got worse and worse and worse.
Emery eventually connected with a veterans group that introduced him to the Rocky Mountain Hyperbaric Institute. The Colorado facility works with a nonprofit organization to provide free hyperbaric oxygen therapy to veterans. Emery says he found success after 2 rounds of treatment.
Going through the HBOT allowed me to use my brain in the right way to implement the counseling sessions that the VA provides.
Hyperbaric oxygen therapy has been around for decades. It's most often used to speed up the process of healing wounds, like at Union Hospital in Terre Haute.
They sit on here, lay down, and they are slid in. Just like that.
The therapy delivers oxygen to people inside chambers where the atmospheric pressure is up to 3 times higher than normal. Doctors at Union Health say the treatment has helped patients with a variety of conditions, including those suffering from diabetic ulcers or the late effects of radiation.
The idea is your red blood cells can only carry so much oxygen, but your plasma, we can saturate your plasma with oxygen, and therefore we can increase the oxygen available to tissues dramatically.
But the Food and Drug Administration hasn't cleared PTSD for hyperbaric oxygen treatment. A 2015 report from the Office of Government Accountability says the 32 peer-reviewed studies on the effectiveness of the therapy for that condition came up with mixed results.
The studies we've got aren't superpowered. They are not high-powered studies, and because of that, we have to kind of be very cautious as we promote uses of these technologies in these treatments.
There is lots of anecdotal evidence of success from veterans who underwent hyperbaric oxygen therapy. That's why the American Legion has asked the VA for years to make the treatment available. John Crosby is the assistant adjutant of the American Legion Department of Indiana. He also suffered from PTSD. He's happy to see the VA start offering hyperbaric oxygen therapy.
Definitely a variety of treatment options. Even medicinal marijuana is one thing the American Legion is looking at right now.
Access to the treatments will still be limited, though. A VA spokesperson says veterans enrolled in VA healthcare could qualify for hyperbaric oxygen therapy, but only after they undergo at least 2 evidence-based therapies without success. They also have to meet certain clinical protocol criteria, and only those enrolled in healthcare in the Eastern Oklahoma VA healthcare system and the VA Northern California healthcare system are eligible. Emery and his mother say that's not enough. They want Hoosier veterans to have the same option.
I think they should do it across the board. Absolutely. I don't think it should just be a couple locations. I think it should be everywhere.
They raised their hand to fight for our country, and our country needs to take care of them.
For Indiana News Desk, I'm Barbara Brozier.
The VA and Department of Defense are planning to do additional research on the effectiveness of hyperbaric oxygen therapy for PTSD. Some state lawmakers proposed a bill last year that would have established a lottery scratch-off game to fund a hyperbaric oxygen pilot program. It would have allowed some veterans suffering from PTSD to receive free treatment, but the bill never made its way to the governor's desk.